This meeting to order, please stand if you're able for the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of February 12, 2024 was included in the list of meeting notices sent to the Hunterdon County Democrat and Courier News on January 3, 2024, posted on the bulletin board at Borough Hall on that date, and has remained continuously posted as required. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the Borough Clerk. And roll call, please.
Sure. Councilwoman Engelhardt? Here. Councilwoman Fasaro? Here. Councilman Levitt?
Here.
Council President Long?
Here.
Councilman Parker?
Here.
Council Vice President Rossetti? Here. And Mayor Carroll.
Here. Anything else? Have any presentations today? Are you doing? Mr. Parker, are you doing history month review report?
I'm sorry.
Are you doing a resolution of Black History Month review?
I can.
All right, we have the presentations.
Yeah, so nothing.
We have a minute.
The resolution?
2 minutes.
It's like in the back.
Okay, so I just want to update the council members on the police bid opening, which occurred on Thursday afternoon. In attendance were Attorney Corsini, our clerk, and our CFO, as well as Angela Gonzalez from our architectural firm PS&S. There were a number of bidders present. Mr. Parker and I were both there as well, and there were 6 bids that were submitted. They went anywhere from the mid 500,000s to $1.2 million. There was a cluster in the 700,000s. The lower bids are currently being scrutinized by our attorney himself and by myself, meaning I'm calling references, and our architect. Hopefully we'll do it award in 2 weeks, if not sooner, as a special meeting. Just for those of you that are new to government, to the public that may not be aware of how public bid and procurement law works, we are obligated to award to the lowest responsible and responsive bidder. And that is a legal term. Lowest bid, you understand. Responsive means that they filled out all of the paperwork 100% accurately. And responsible means that we believe they can complete the job. So we are scrutinizing them to make sure they are both. Am I correct?
As usual, Mary, you say you're great eloquence.
So we are scrutinizing them to make sure that their documents are responsive and that they are responsible and will be able to complete the project. So I think that is really my main report. So I'm going to turn over to the council members, Councilwoman Engelhardt.
Thank you. I'm going to be attending the next Museum House board meeting this Thursday. We had a delay of a week. So I don't have a new report on that, but we did have a representative attend the 215th meeting last week, from what I understand, Marshall. Yes. Liz and I met a couple times, 3 times actually, on developing some grant opportunities, following up on some grant opportunities for the Parks Committee. So hopefully we'll be able to be fruitful in that endeavor. I did get a call from one of the school district's vice principals, who's looking for some volunteers for Read Across America Week, the first week of March. Schools usually do lots of events that week. So I told her I would try to find 5 volunteers. I had already kind of casually mentioned this to Tony. I know that a couple of the police officers were interested in volunteering. So I'll be reaching out to everybody, see if anybody was interested in volunteering. Well, I was going to ask It's the first week of March. I thank you, Marcia. I was gonna ask you, but I didn't want to ask
I
you.
love,
publicly.
I love.
Yeah.
Please, and then I'll follow.
Yeah, I'll reach out to everybody, if
Thank you.
anybody's interested in volunteering, they appreciate that, I'm gonna be the spearhead on that. They did have interviews, last Thursday for the borough representative for FRSD. So it looks like, Mr. Kane will be, appointed to that, for the rest of to fill out the rest of this year.
10 months, right?
Yeah. So, that's good. I think the borough, just in general, I think the borough residents are well represented there because he was a prior board member. He just jumped right in and represent, our constituents' interests. And then finally, I had a fun opportunity. I know there was a few of us, probably half of us here were sick on the day of the ribbon cutting for Axiom, but I got to attend on everybody's behalf, and I got to learn how to throw an axe. So it was a lot of fun, and maybe we could have our next council retreat here. It was a lot of fun. I encourage everybody to try.
That could be good or bad, Susan.
Public the apples for everybody.
I love it.
It was a nice time, and thank you to the FCP.
Thank you so much. Councilwoman Fasaro.
Very brief this week, DPW meeting has been moved back 1 week due to the weather tomorrow. Hopefully we're having a planning board meeting tomorrow. I really encourage I encourage the public to attend. It's going to be decent. I hope so. I hope so. Y'all live here, right? And then for the library, there will be a board meeting this Friday. And one of the things that they will be doing, we need the permission of the board. The Friends of the Flemington Library will be issuing a questionnaire for interested residents in the borough to see what types of services and programs they'd like in the upcoming year. Not quite nailed down yet if it's going to be mail, but I'm encouraging them to maybe do a mix of mail for some of our older residents who may not be in tune with use of doing things online, as well as offering something perhaps on the borough website and the direction to the library. So that's my big report.
Notice she looked at me when she said older residents.
Well,
All right, Mr. Levitt.
All right, I don't have much either, but next HBC meeting is on Wednesday, February 21st, right here at 7 p.m. I believe they're still looking for people who want their house to be on the historic tour in June. So if you have a historic home and think you might want to have about 500 people come through your house, please reach out to them. Animal control, I got the report this month, 3 calls, but one of which I believe was actually Raritan Township, so 2 calls. Great job. Animals still under control. This is down from 7 in December, so a 71% decrease. And I'm not gonna say it's because of me. I'm just saying there's a very strong correlation here. And I did forget to mention last meeting right after you did it, but thank you, Mayor, for putting me back on the ground, which I appreciate that.
It's my pleasure.
That's every.
Okay. And it looks like they are meeting Monday night, President's Night. I think there's gonna be another set up. Council President Long.
Hi, good evening. 2 things tonight. Fire department, I will be meeting with them tomorrow night. I have some January numbers, and I like to share these things so that everybody gets a sense of what's going on. But there were 23 incidents in January, and these aren't all the events, but real quick, it was 1 building fire, 1 outside trash rubbish fire, 1 person removed from a stalled elevator, 2 gas leaks, carbon monoxide incident, 4 dispatched and then canceled calls, 4 smoke and odor scares, 3 false alarms, and 2 electrical shorts. Just an idea of how things are going. Like I said, these are just a few of the calls our volunteer fire department responded to. anyone curious or interested in joining the fire department, please go to flemingtonfire.org/join for an application for firefighter, fire police, junior firefighter, those age 16 to 18, driver, pump operator, or social auxiliary member. OEM Corporal McNally will have a snow report, but a couple weeks ago, I sat down with him and for about an hour, ran through all the OEM ropes. I do appreciate him taking that time to educate me. It's pretty thorough. It's quite an operation we've got here. And we're in good hands. Finally, any residents interested in joining the Community Emergency Response Team, call it CERT, can reach out to the Flemington Borough Office of Emergency Management at 908-782-3434, and that is my report. Thanks.
Thank you, Council President. Mr. Parker?
Yep, okay, so, couple of things. I've actually been, over the last week, been really spent a lot of time in the police department. I met with all the officers as well as the management team. And got a lot of feedback on what's going on. I mean, obviously, there's some things that we need to make better. I am working on, along with the management team, working on updating the policies, procedures, and things like that. Under the guidelines, I've actually been contacting some of the other police departments and other communities, and asking them about how often they update theirs and what we should be doing. So getting, really getting inundated in it. It's people don't like the word change agent, but this is really one of those cases where it's a change agent work with turning some things around. Speaking of which, when we talk about expansion of Bloomington, I said this to the mayor the other day, is that there's going to be another set of issues coming, right? And for the first time, we're experiencing porch pirates. People are taking just off porches. So I would encourage people, as with the chief, would encourage people to take the packages immediately, and if you're not home, to at least have a place that is a little bit more discreet, that deliveries can be made, or ask neighbors to pick it up. The other thing is that that's also going with, there seems to be a issue with stealing mail that has checks in them. So it seems like they're going to mailbox. Here, I said this in the last meeting, and I'll say it again. I do believe that Flemington is being stopped by outsiders. And I do believe that people are riding around to see what are who's home, who's not home, what. So I'm saying that because we have to do things differently. And I'm working with the police force, and they've got a lot of insight on this as well, to come up with policies and things like that on how we're going to control it differently. Because now you got to control differently. But just be clear that when you bring on new development, you bring on another set of issues. So one of the things that bringing the police department to address those issues, we are actually working on a plan, a 3-year plan. I think I said this last time, but we are actually moving forward with doing a 3-year plan because we need to support not only the development that is happening with the hotel, but future developments, and get ready for event that's going to be happening here in 2026. So again, spending a lot of time with them. The good news is, and bad news, there were a lot of thefts at Ulta, and there are 7 suspects that have been charged since New Year's on Ulta, and we're working with more. I spoke with the detectives, spent a lot of time with them. I actually did a vest. I thought I was cool. Well, I'm always gonna look. That's the question. I was trying to think of how I can fashion it up a little bit. But I spent a lot of time with them, and their insight into these thefts that are going on in these shopping centers in the whole bit. And what they're doing, they spend a great amount of time tracking these people down. And I take my hat off to them on that. They do a really good job of that. We just need to give them more tools to become more effective. We did have a situation in at DIY where a window was broken by a soup can or something and a brick. So, and I had a very long conversation with George Eckelman and what we're going to do, because everybody has a different story. So I am going to have George Eckelman sit with myself, the police chief, and the detectives next week and devise a plan. Here's what we're going to be responsible for. Here's what we need you to be responsible for. So we work together. Because with no plan, it's just helter skelter. I'm all about planning and strategy. You guys know that. I will say about the newsletter. The newsletter I'm working on to get out by the end of the month. So again, it's focused on all of us and some of the departments. So thank you, Adrian, for getting yours done. They're due on the 16th, which is this week, and yours.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I just didn't get to my emails today because it's just been one of those.
It's all in the little book.
I've been in meetings. I did do a radio interview today with WNBP.
DVR.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it. It was the last minute thing. It was about Black History Month, but it was also about the Black History event that we're doing here in Flemington. I even mentioned this to them after I did the interview, is that it would be great to have some people from Flemington, the borough. I even put your name in there, Mayor, so you might be expecting a call soon. Just because I just think we should highlight what the town, the borough.
Oh, to WDR?
Yeah, so I did put your name in the hat, as well as some others, so they're willing to like work with us on that. I did put it in for FCP as well, so that we kind of talk about some of the events that we do. So that has been reported. I will get a copy of the recording, but you guys can go on and source it. It's on archive for 2 weeks, so you can source it. No autographs, don't ask. So speaking of Black History Month, so we have a resolution. The borough has a resolution for recognizing Black History Month, which I'd like to introduce. Here it is. Whereas every February, Black History Month is recognized to not only encourage the study of African American life and history, but also act as a reminder that Black history is an integral part of the history of the United States of America. And whereas what began as a week recognizing Black history, championed by Dr. Carter G. Woodson and Minister Jesse E. Moreland in 1926, when they founded the Association for Study of African American Life and History, evolved into a month. And this is what's really, really great. A month by 1976, after official recognition by then President Gerald Ford. And whereas each year the association presents a new theme, and the theme for 2024 is African American and the arts. And whereas for African Americans, the arts have been a means to express joy and sorrow, assert humanity, and communicate in a way that reaffirms one another. And whereas Alvin Ailey, Holman Domingo, Michaela J. Rodriguez, Billie Holiday, and others made it clear Black and LGBTQ plus people not only exist, but to do so openly. And whereas women like Eartha Kitt, Maya Angelou, Queen Latifah, Audrey McDonald, Viola Davis, and more not only exhibit Black women aren't a monolith, but there isn't a limit. There isn't a limit standard or any imposed glass ceiling that could hold their talent back from the applause of the masses. And whereas with every Black History Month, there is also a need to remember Black history is not only American history, but the contributions of Black Americans go beyond those who provide entertainment. Michael Jackson popularized the Super Bowl halftime show as a must-see event. James E. West patents from 1962 utilized in 90% of microphones today allow over 133 million people to hear his set list. And whereas Mark Dean, while working at IBM, developed the first gigahertz chip that laid the foundation for technology required to hear, see, and experience entertainment on a computer or phone. And Valerie Thomas, a NASA data analyst, advanced 3D technology used in theaters across the nation and the world. Now, therefore, be it resolved on behalf of Flemington Borough Council, highlight these names in honor of Black History Month and ask the public to further educate themselves on those names and the many others who have shaped our country and world. Adopted on February 12th, 2020.
Can I have a motion, please?
Or move.
Is there a second?
Ingram Randall, second.
What number was that?
What?
What number was that?
What is our motion? It's under the regular agenda.
Number 5?
7, number 5,
Okay.
2024-3.
Long and who else?
And Engelhardt?
Alrighty. Councilwoman Engelhardt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosaro,
Yes.
Councilman Levitt,
Yes.
Council President Long,
Yes.
Councilman Parker,
Yes.
and Council Vice President Rossetti.
Yes.
Thank
Right.
you very much. Are you done with your report? Thank you. Carter.
I was on a roll.
You were on a roll.
I have to stay.
And I
Keep going.
And I would encourage everybody who gets checks in the mail to get automatic deposit.
Yes.
A quick question. Do they ever steal from the dorm and move their trucks?
I don't know. It's just that they're starting to still test. So what I can, conclude on that is that everything is vulnerable, right? Everything is vulnerable. And so we as a community need to be aware that that's happening, first of all, and protect ourselves. Second of all, I am, working with the officers, the patrolmen, to start doing a little bit more patrolling and getting out in cars and walking so that we can just kind of like see a presence all the time. But remember, we only have 15 officers, right? We're working on it. We'll get there.
Thank you. Council Vice President Rossetti.
Thank you, Mayor. Quick tonight as well. I had a good chat with Dave Giuliani. Everything is up to snuff, code enforcement. The only reminder we have is to remove snow. We've had this nice little spring break here and we have this weather forecasted. So the ordinance, I believe, is 12 hours post snowfall or by daybreak. Sidewalk should be cleared. Very important for our mail carriers, emergency workers, kids trying to get back to school after the storm. I also attended the Shade Tree Commission meeting last week. They're still working diligently to get their community forestry plan resubmitted and approved hopefully soon. They're trying to add, I don't see it on the calendar just yet, but they're trying to add another extra meeting in before their regularly scheduled meeting next month for a work session to get really down in the weeds with that forestry plan. So that's hopefully the 28th of this month at 7 p.m. And then lastly, as Councilwoman Engelhardt mentioned, we've been meeting a few times here to discuss potential grants for the parks, and hopefully we'll have for the park, not more than one, but hopefully we'll have more info by next meeting. Thank you.
We're up to public comment session number 1. If you have any comments you want to make to the governing body, please come up to the microphone, state your name, spell your last for the record, and your address, please.
Michael Coons, Kuhns, 36 Honeyman Drive, Raritan Township. First, I want to thank you all for your service and what you do. I know it's not easy. We appreciate it. You don't always get that, so thank you. I'm coming on behalf of Flemington Raritan Baseball. Flemington Raritan Baseball has been here since 1953. We have over 425 children that play from April until November each year. We have a 50-year lease that I believe is down to 6. So we put a ton of money into the, I know it goes quick, but we put a ton of money into the fields, the facilities. I know I've been on the board for a number of years. We have 25 board members. I'm currently the president. Ryan Flambro is here. He He just stepped into the vice president role from the president role. So we're looking to invest some money into the fields and for the, the future. I have 3 boys. I know a lot of boys and girls have come up through the program. So I guess we would just like to get on the agenda at some point to discuss how do we renew the lease? How do
Do
we?
you have a copy of this?
We can send it.
That would be great versus us looking for it.
Of course. No, well, yeah,
50 years
it's
ago,
hard to find.
yeah, it's probably in my dad's files somewhere. I mean.
Right. No,
Yeah, we'd love to, yeah, if you could send it as a, if you have it as a Word document, you better, if you have a PDF, that's fine.
Right, it's tough. We're,
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
just
it
send
was,
them all.
it was written out to, football, and I believe it was South Hunter. So,
50 years ago,
yeah, the original, there was originally 4 teams, right?
yeah,
But
that was a
then-
little league, that was always Little League.
South Hunter, but now it's changed to Plunger Bear Baseball, so it's under Cal Ripken, because there's Little League and Cal Ripken.
Yeah,
Anyhow, yeah, we'd love to be here for much longer and be able to serve the community, and also, hopefully, in the future, be able to tie in with the community as well more to do some events over there. And things.
yeah, if you can get us the lease, I don't think I have a conflict, my dad was one of those original 14. So,
I played Little League with the boys in the 80s. It's a really
but
big
not in
deal.
Flemington.
No, back home, central New York, it's a big deal. First girl Little Leaguer, so
Awesome.
let's keep that going.
So yeah, if you can get it either to Carla, or you have my address, because I'm supposed to throw out a ball, I throw it a ball. But then the weather blessed me and poured and you got rain.
Well, if anyone's interested, you always have an open invitation to come out. We have opening day this year, I believe on April 13th,
Okay,
which is a Saturday. Usually it's an 11 a.m. start. We have a parade of teams that come in. And then we do have an opening pitch that we'd love to have you come and throw out if you'd like.
well, I'm working on it, gotta get that arm in shape.
You let softball players.
Absolutely. We do have some.
I
some
played a
softball.
bit.
Oh, did you?
I have a question for you, Mike.
Sure.
This is kind of a follow-up, if you don't mind me
Okay.
asking. Last year, I believe you were the winners of the Elizabethtown gas grant that I had forwarded on to one of you guys. Were you able to implement that? Were they
Yes.
good to work with? Good. We'll keep an eye out for other opportunities like that for you. And if you do see any opportunities as far as grants go that we can assist you with, and in that genre, please let us know.
We would appreciate that.
Yeah. I know it was just a small one. I think you were gonna use it for like a shed.
Yes, yeah. We, as you know, we're all volunteers, 25 board members, and again, it's not for profit. So
Yep.
the money we make, we put back into the facility. But that being said, we're starting, as costs rise, as you all know, the fields to maintain them are an exorbitant cost. We spent $40,000 to $45,000 3 years ago to redo the fields. And we actually will probably have to do that again. And we don't mind doing it. We spent $80,000 on bathrooms there. I would tell you, we have the best bathrooms in the state for any youth program. We actually, the best thing we did was we hired a cleaning service to clean them each week. And they still to this day look pretty good. So, but we're just concerned as we get closer here. We would really like to put a lot of the money back into the facilities there. And we just want to make sure that if we do that, that the children will have a place to continue.
Send us the lease.
Absolutely.
Go look at it this early, but you can look at it.
Great.
All right,
Thank you so much. Thank you again.
I just gave him my card.
Beautiful.
anybody else from the public? One? Okay, you don't feel obligated to stick around, honestly. All right, we have a lot of minutes. And did everybody get through all
That
of
was a
them?
lot. Thank you, Carla.
You all good? All right. All right, so we're gonna go through motions and seconds on all of these. Can I have a motion to approve the regular session November 6, 2023 minutes?
Long will move.
Is there a second?
Marco second.
Do I need a roll call on each of these, Carla? Yeah. Are you sure? Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Or abstaining?
Abstain.
Abstain?
Also
Sorry, what?
Hmm?
Start and abstaining, Mr. Levitt. Executive session, November 6, 2023. Can I have a motion?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
Abstain with Councilwoman Pissarro and Councilwoman Levitt. Special session, November 17, 2023. Can I have a motion, please?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Abstaining, Councilwoman Pissarro and Councilwoman Trent. Regular session, November 27, 2023. Can I have a motion, please?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
Did you get that, Carl? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Abstaining, Councilwoman Pissarro and Councilman Trent. Executive session, November 27, 2023.
Long move.
Is there a second?
Did you say December?
November 27, 2023. Engelhardt seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Abstentions from Councilwoman Pissarro and Councilman Trent. Special session, November 30th, 2023. Can I have a motion?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Abstentions from Councilwoman Pissarro and Councilman Trent. Special session, December 6th, 2023.
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Abstentions?
Abstain.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Abstentions are from Councilwoman Pissarro, Levitt, and Parker, and then I will vote to break. Can I vote? I should vote on it, right? Because I've got to have 4.
Yep.
So I'm voting on that. So yes.
It's not a tie.
It's not a tie.
Three's fine, I guess. I mean, you don't have to abstain if you weren't here. I mean,
Abstains all count as votes. So it is
Yeah,
a
but
tie.
I mean, we could read it and say, yeah.
I can vote.
you want to-
I just, if there's a team, there's a no's, 3 yeses, just put me down.
Well,
for
my
yes.
question.
Regular session, December 11th, 2020. We're thinking also for 5 sessions, but
Wait, did you vote?
I can vote on this, yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
so that was the sixth.
Yes, it's 6. Regular session, December 11th, 2023. Can I have a motion, please?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't there that day.
We have Councilwoman Pissarro, Council Vice President Rossetti, Councilman Trent, Levitt, I'm sorry, abstaining, so you can put me down as a yes as well. Executive session, December 11th.
Long move.
Second,
Engelhardt will second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay, so Councilwoman Pissarro, Council Vice President Rossetti, and Councilman Levitt, and you can put me down as a yes. Special session, now I know you are here. You were here. So special session, December 29th, 2023.
Long move.
Motion, is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? No abstentions, okay. All right, great. Thank you all. Thank Carla. Thank you for getting those all caught up. Beautiful thing. Consent agenda, resolution 2024-36. Resolution approving the 24 dates for the sip and straw.
Oh, 2 S's.
I thought it was like a 5 on sip and straw. The Flemington Community Partnership and resolution 2024-37, approving a refund for overpayment for taxes. Can I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Pissarro, second.
Anybody want anything off of this? Roll call, please.
Oh, yeah, this one I
Well,
vote.
hold on one second, because March 14th, they're not having. So do we need to do something with that? On the sip and stroll? March
No, we
14th?
can approve the resolution as it stands.
Fine, okay, I just want to make sure.
That is, the onus is on them. I don't.
Okay, cool.
Councilwoman Engelhardt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pissarro,
Yes.
Councilman Levitt,
Yes.
Council President Long,
Yes.
Councilman Parker,
Yes.
and Council Vice President Rossetti.
Yes.
Okay, we're on number 9, the public hearing for the Flemington Community Partnership 2024 budget, which was presented to us at the last meeting. This does not require, I'm not going to ask Robin, she was we do have a number of people from the Flemington Community Partnership here. I'm going to open up the public hearing to the public. Can I have a motion to open?
Long move.
Is there a second?
Engelhardt will second.
Public hearing is now open. Anybody has any comments? Oh. Hey. Oh, hi, get your name for the record. Everybody, it's ours also.
Okay, Ally Norton. Or just behind.
What?
And your address. Oh, 29 East Main Street, 52 Main Street, 48 Main Street, and 50 Main Street, Unit 3. So I know we talked about in the beginning, but I am recently appointed the president of the Flemington Community Partnership. And last year I was vice president, and the previous year I was treasurer. I have worked on the budget with the entirety of the FCP. And I am looking for your support in passing the budget. I'd like to think we're in a crawl, walk, run phase of the FCP and a transformation that has started a couple years ago. And the more time that we are spending on looking at the exact information about the taxes within the budget, the payments that we get, plus the money we're looking to raise, the more information we'll have to continue to adjust the budget over the next couple of years. But I'm very confident in how it's set up for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Maybe not my glasses go now. All right, anybody else from the public want to speak? Okay.
The cheering section here today.
Not very often. We don't get cheering section often.
Tony Gushu,
Please spell that first.
Gushue. Bless you. It's college bombs a little bit. 37 Stangle Road. Again, I just wanted to echo support for the budget. As a small business owner in town now, almost 3 years, the scale of events that the FCP is able to produce on the funds that we are allotted is tremendous. No single business owner would be able to do it by themselves. Even a group of business owners banding together would not be able to do it. In trying to run events, when you see the actual costs of insurance, if you need security via the police department, if you need an ambulance on standby, advertising expenses, liaising with, other marketing firms, the FCP provides a reach to us that we cannot access individually. And so therefore, as a small business owner and also as a consumer, I believe that it's money well spent to bring people to Flemington and to support our businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anybody else? Is this another board member, Wilder? No, it's another business person. Okay. All right.
From Echelon, Salon on Fulkers. Good evening. I'm just here to listen right now.
Oh, good. It's okay. Don't feel obligated. All right, anybody else from the public? Being none, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Want to move?
A second? Second. All in favor? I hear, we don't have this on as, it's not an ordinance. To create this as a tax,
I don't know. I've never done this.
probably, it's normally an ordinance. We introduced the budget, but I'm not sure how we introduced it last meeting.
I think that I don't know if it's an ordinance per se, but it's supposed to have a 30-day window between the introduction and the voting. And we've always had a public hearing. So.
Okay, so we introduced it the end of January.
No.
The
January
first meeting in January.
Was the first meeting the 8th?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
No.
so we could do it tonight then. All right?
Yep.
Can I have a motion to approve the budget?
I will move.
Parker second.
Any discussion?
I think just more for the public's edification, has this at all significantly changed since when it was introduced in January? They're shaking their heads.
No, absolutely not.
They can't, no, that would be a change of the,
I realized that. I just wanted to, for the public's edification.
anybody else have any questions or comments for the council? Seeing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Engelhardt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fasaro,
Yes.
Councilman Levitt,
Yes.
Council President Long,
Yes.
Councilman Parker,
Yes.
and Council Vice President Rossetti.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. Again, don't feel obligated to hang out. Up to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
We're now on the regular agenda, number 7, item 3, resolution 2024-38. Borough of Flemington, authorizing the borough to submit an application for a $1.4 million application to New Jersey Water IBank for Main Street sewer improvements. This is the portion of the sewer lines from the circle to Church Street traffic light. And we need to do that so we can get this loan done, so that we can then, this whole package out to bid for the street and the water, and it is a complete street project. Can I have a motion, please?
Engelhardt will move.
Normal second.
All right, any discussion?
I just had a question.
Sure.
For complete streets, just so we all know what that means.
Complete street, is something the borough adopted doing about a decade and a half ago. So when we do a street now, we do the sidewalks and the curbing. Generally, we've always done the sewer and water if needed. This was put out in 2020 to do a complete street, but not the sewer lines. The water lines are okay. It's the sewer lines that are not okay. So this will make it a truly complete street so that it will not have to be opened again for decades. So we have 1.2 million for the street itself from the IBank DOTs. This will add 1.4 million from the IBank DEP. The DOT is funded out of our regular capital budget. This one is being funded out of the sewer utilities capital budget, which also, is fragile, but, if we don't do it now, we're gonna be paying all this money to do a complete street and then open it up in the future for these sewer lines that are 100 years old and very, very deep in the ground. We have 2 sections, I believe, in this part of the road where the sewer lines are 20 feet down. It's gonna require a 15-foot hole to replace those parts of the sewer line. And, it's we only have a few of these areas left in town where the sewer lines are this old, and Main Street from the circle to Mine Street is one of them. So this is phase 1. Hopefully in a couple of years, we'll be able to do phase 2, which would be from the traffic light to Mine Street. But this is where we are right now. So anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay, the roll call, please.
Councilwoman Engelhardt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fasaro,
Yes.
Councilman Levitt,
Yes.
Council President Long,
Yes.
Councilman Parker, Council Vice President Rossetti.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2024-39, approve an amended temporary budget. Bill, are you online?
Yes.
You wanna pop in? Hello, Bill.
Yeah, I'm here, Mayor. Sorry.
No, thank you very much for coming in tonight. So I know there's a couple of items that you added some funds to. One is to the planning board budget that added $7,000 so that we could get the parking study update done for the Union Hotel area. It's the areas that were not studied in 2016 that include Maple and Spring Street and Bluefield and Broad Street. So that we have a good idea of where the traffic is going, and new counts and new estimates. And that's to engage Jay Troutman, planning board engineer, traffic engineer through the council and pay for it. Where else did you put extra money? Is it for the police building?
So the main thing is the accepting the grants, the $250,000 grant for the police renovations. That way the money's in place so we can award the contract.
Okay. All right, so the 250,000 from the state of New Jersey. That's
Correct.
for us last year. It shows now in our temporary budget, so we can accept it.
Yes.
Anything else? That's it, okay,
Yeah, that's it. It's, obviously nothing here is final until we adopt the budget, so any of those numbers can change.
all right, any questions? Let me have a motion to, adopt, please.
Long move.
Is there a second?
Parker second.
Any discussion or questions for Bill? Seeing none, roll call please.
Councilwoman Engelhardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fasar?
Yes.
Councilman Levitt?
Yes.
Council President Long?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parker?
Yes.
And Council Vice President.
Yes.
Bill, have you gotten your numbers yet from Ed Kerwin from the county?
I talked to him today and he's gonna get them to me tomorrow, I think.
All right, as soon as you have them, we have a good idea, we can schedule a work session, public work session on
Yep.
budget. Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank you.
much, hopefully we won't need you again, but appreciate it, thank you. All right, resolution 2024-41, resolution authorizing a shared service agreement for mutual aid, law enforcement agencies, can I have a motion, please?
Move.
Is there a second?
Parker second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Fasar?
Yes.
Councilwoman Engelhardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fasar?
Yes.
Councilman Levitt?
Yes.
Council President Long?
Yes.
Councilman Parker?
Yes.
And Council Vice President Rosage.
Yes.
We don't have a work session tonight. We have the public comment session number 2. If anyone has anything, okay, Robin, come on out.
Oh, hey.
Sorry.
Not as tall as Ally.
No.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that we've been working very closely with Councilman Parker and Mike Campion, on doing what you asked emphatically, which is having the signs disappear, until they are, perfectly shiny and new and accurate
That's the
and
big word.
helpful
Helpful
for wayfinding for today's Flemington Borough. So we are working on a new marketing plan, which I think everyone's gonna really like, that ties together the 3 business areas of Flemington with memorable names that are accurate and descriptive, and something that encourages the sharing of customers, which we don't have a shortage of customers. They just, if we could get everybody at Home Goods to go to all of our friends' shops, things would be great. So that is happening. So you will see parking signs go up and wayfinding signs come down for a little while, and the posts that the signs are on get painted and repaired. Hallelujah.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you for holding our feet to the fire. Additionally,
Before you get off the
Yeah.
subject, Councilwoman Fasar,
What's your target date to close that out? Have that all done?
everything should be, we're just cataloging because imagine, taking them down and then trying to figure out where they came down from and what direction they're facing and all that. So we're cataloging everything, and DPW should have them all removed and in storage probably by the end of February, maybe the first week of March. Some things are weather dependent.
So Adrian, there's 2 phases, right? The first phase is the parking, just dealing with that because that's the easy phase, right? And so what has to happen is the paint has to come there, you take it down, the painter has to come in and paint them. They have to be sent to the printer to get it done, and then DPW they'll pick them up and put them up at that point in time. And then they can only do 4 at a time, right? So I think there's 12 of them. The next phase is for the bigger signs. Right? That's gonna take a little bit longer because that's a whole marketing campaign, and that's a whole, it's deciding on the colors, it's deciding on what's gonna go on them. So that's gonna take a little bit longer. So the answer to your question, the first phase should happen within the next couple of months. The next phase is gonna be a little bit longer.
The first one is where I'm concerned,
Okay,
because
yeah.
I live right near one of those and I get asked a lot of questions when I'm out gardening.
Yeah, well, those should be all coming
Yeah,
down, so
yeah.
you won't see those anymore. And as a matter of fact, I don't think that's gonna go up in there anymore, because it's not positioned. Okay.
Real quick, remember the first time we visited this,
Mhm.
the color scheme, is that same or you gotta do something different?
So the parking signs are standard regulation DOT green and blue. You know, same as Clinton, same as everywhere. The wayfinding signs, which are currently now maroon with a building cupola and a town seal, those we are going to, as a group, have an opportunity to discuss what are we pointing to and what colors do we feel good about? So you will all have a chance to weigh in. So will the FCP board, I think the HPC, and that I have no idea, except probably my mother. It's a feather. We didn't get the whole bird tonight, but anyway, so that's coming, but all of the signs, the inaccurate signs will be in storage while we work out the mechanics of what they should say. And some of that is, you know, finding the right descriptor for our highway shopping plazas and circles, which doesn't sound sexy or like someplace you might really want to go. So we're trying to find the right language to point people to our business areas and our important amenities.
You were gonna,
Sure.
Okay, so, thank you.
no, I'm not, I was just gonna ask you one second topic, but go ahead.
What this relates to signage, and not specifically the wayfinding signs, and I don't wanna put the guys on the spot, but this year, there was a lot of signage that was, associated with the holidays, the Peace, Love, Flemington signs. There is a bunch of those up still in July.
They're gone.
They're all gone. And the
Mhm.
last weekend I saw a few, so.
Yep, they're all gone.
Okay, that's great.
There, we did find one the other day that was like tucked in a weird
Yeah,
corner, but,
I'll go around the corner. How did that get there? How long is that been
Exactly.
there? Okay.
and
and
there
then
are
the
some
ones-
older signs that, like ancient signs.
Yes.
That are over,
Staples.
on Rayville Ave, yeah, in the
Yes, that's the
Staples
ones I was
Plaza.
gonna ask.
Those are coming down.
They're all faded.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah,
Signage.
we're planning house, we're getting ready
Great,
for tomorrow and 2026.
great, thank you.
And the next subject is we've completed our events calendar. Our sponsorship grant that we grant to businesses that want to have events is updated for 2024. We're excited to be sponsoring the NAACP event on the 26th and 24th, I'm sorry. And we found a way to incorporate a lot of businesses in that event, and that's very exciting. And I've sent my short form permit to everyone who I think needed to look at it, which is earlier than we have in the past, right? Big props. And we are creating a new event, which is going to be something like First Friday's Ladies Nights on Main Street, which sounds like a drinking event. It's really not. It's a shopping, dining, sampling event that's kind of like Queen for a night, but we feel like we need to kind of invite women, shoppers, diners, friends back to Main Street to have a good time on a Friday night, you know, feel safe, have fun walking around. So we've put that in our proposed event list. We have sidewalk sales and the sip and strolls and corn, tomato and beer, the witch walk. And we just have to find a good date for the kids' Halloween parade. Because Halloween is a Thursday this year. And that complicates everything. And that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody else from the public? Seeing none, before I begin the bills, well, we're on public. Corporal McKenna, would you like to do a weather terrifying scare the bejesus out of everybody?
I mean, listen, it's gonna snow. You know, we have heavy snowfall coming tomorrow morning. You're gonna see precipitation start in the overnight hours tonight, sometime after midnight.
Right.
The 2 inches of precipitation this evening looks like
Right.
could be rain, turning to a wintry mix, and then snow sometime after the 5 p.m. Snow's gonna come quick in the morning. It's gonna be during that morning commute hour. Some of the school districts in the North County have already gone into like 2 hour delay opening. Nothing reported by 100 Central Plumpton Area School District as of now at 7:55 p.m. But most importantly, listen, we're looking at possibly 6 inches of snow, so please just make sure the vehicles are removed from the streets. Parking information went out today via social media, via our borough alerting system directly to your emails. It's been posted, so just if we can move those vehicles into the parking lots, into your driveways. So, you know, the snow's gonna come quick. DPW wants to get it cleared quick so that we can get everything reopened, get people back to their streets, get Main Street parking opened up. So Mike Campion and his crew are very effective at doing that, as long as we can work with them and get those cars.
And just so everybody knows, we have a delayed opening, which I put in effect today to 11 o'clock tomorrow. To allow our northernmost and westernmost employees time to get here. Okay, thank you. Any questions for Brian?
Yeah, I have a question. The last 2 snowstorms, I've seen something around the borough that I haven't noticed much in the past. I'm noticing people are actually parking in their front yards, which I
I mean, on their grass.
literally on their grass.
Yep.
And I'm a little concerned they're rolling over the sidewalk to get to their grass and there's utilities under there and stuff like that. Is that allowed?
Well, I mean, so it's your private property, you can drive, you can park on your private property, yes. The driving over the public sidewalk is always concerning.
Yeah.
So I'll speak with Dave Giuliani, in regards to that, and if, you know, we see vehicles on those properties, we'll educate those residents, via property maintenance code enforcement. Obviously, the last thing anybody wants to do is write a ticket, but obviously if the police officers see it, you know, it is a violation to drive on a public
Well, I'm
sidewalk.
just concerned they're gonna break their own water lines and they're responsible for that if they do break
So
something.
one of the things that my champion is doing for the parking study is identifying homes that have big enough lots that could put in a driveway. And with the suggestion from Mike that we could then waive the permitting fees for people to create those driveways just to get them off the street legally. So he has been riding around marking those up or making a list of them for this parking study to try to encourage more people to put in a drive to get cars off. So,
But certainly we will, I'll bring back to the chief and Dave, and we'll work to educate those residents.
thank you. All right, authorizing payment of bills in the amount of $8,959,906.80. And motion, please.
I'll move.
Is there a second? Sounds. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Blumer? Yes. Councilwoman Fasaro?
Yes.
Councilman Levitt?
Yes.
Council President Long?
Yes.
Councilman Parker?
Yes.
And Council Vice President Brizette?
Yes.
Yeah, we have 2 items in executive session. One, under contract negotiations, our attorney, redevelopment attorney Jim Farron is here to give you guys an update on the Liberty Village pilot agreement and plan and where things are. And then under number 2, under contract negotiations, a discussion on cannabis lawsuit by one of the bidders who was not successful against the successful bidder and the borough. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll move.
Is there a second?
Parker, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Why don't you guys take 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever you need, and come back. So we're back into open. I need to just amend the topic in the executive agenda. Executive,
resolution, you just asked for motion.
yeah, so to amend the executive topic that was under number 2, contract negotiation cannabis lawsuit, it should say litigation cannabis lawsuit. So can I have a motion to amend that?
Long move.
For a second,
Parker, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then the other thing I just wanted to share with you is that, Bill Hance did confirm that he received a report of revenue from Aunt Mary's, not an audit. So I thought the law said we had to get an audit so we can verify numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably, I mean, I'll have to look at.
We think we're looking to see if it was required, but they did send us a check for $69,928.83.
That was the exact number he quoted to me.
Okay.
So,
But we still need to go circle back, Chris, and find out where our licensing is.
so I believe I'm still waiting for what I've always asked for on this, which is.
Oh.
Yeah, so, the dog is ready to bark as
Okay.
soon as you guys get that, so that
Okay.
is always been my
He
position.
also told you he was gonna look into it, their attorney.
He was, and I haven't heard from him, I can easily follow up with him.
No,
What I said, what, the gathering of information, put the ledgers next to it, I think has always been what I want. But unfortunately, at this point,
well,
I have neither ledger,
however,
so,
it is irrefutable that they owe us a $10,000 licensing fee for 2024 for cannabis retail and a $10,000 licensing fee for 2024 for cannabis medicinal. What is in dispute is the
the 2020.
amount.
Prorated
2023.
amounts,
So
right?
you can go back.
And they have some issues with, brought up, I forget, I have to go back, I'm cold on that, there's something to do with escrows or something, I don't know. But there is more in dispute than merely the 2023 fees, but we'll work on it.
But the 2024 fees are irrefutable.
I wouldn't
so
so,
you can
I
go back
don't, I don't know how we could, I mean, create a lawyer.
Send the 2024 licensing fees.
Yeah.
As Bill was preparing the budget and counted on that money last year, we didn't get it, so.
So we'll get something
But,
at this
well,
point.
yeah, I'm gonna get the 2023 numbers for you, but 2024, like I said, is not beautiful.
This is clear as far as I read it.
Well, you wrote it, so you should.
No, I might come from Richmond. I just-
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I would have written it a little bit differently, I'll have
Right.
to say.
Okay,
What he could.
all right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Long move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I need a second?
Yeah.
Sorry, second, thank you. All right, you got it. All right. It's expired. Really.
Luckily, you're not going on this number.